Calculating upper and lower bounds can be a bit challenging, especially when you don't know the units that are rounded off. Now let's see how to find the lower and upper bounds and the range. Now we shall, as we know, upper and lower bounds give the range of the given unit. Now upper bounds, the formula of finding the upper bound is x plus half the rounding unit, and lower bound is x minus half the rounding unit. This x here is the given amount. Now let's go straight to examples. Give the range of 6 nearest to 10. Now the rounding unit is 10. Since we if it's upper bound, it's x minus half the rounding unit, and the rounding unit is given as 10. Now which is equals to 60 minus 5. Now it will be 55, and this is the lower bound, and upper bound will be x plus half 10, which is equals to 60 plus 5. Answer is 65. Now on this, to give the range, it will be x 55, the lower bound. Here is 65. Now you have to remember the 55 is included in the values of x and 65 is not. We don't include the upper bound in the values of that given amount. We have another example here. A number is given as 300 to the nearest 100. Show its bound. Now we are going to find the half the rounding unit. Now since we are given rounding unit as 100, half the rounding unit is equals to 50. Now to find the upper bound is equals to 300 plus 50, which is equals to 350, and lower bound, it is 300 minus 50, which is equals to 250. Now that is the correct answer there, and you can also give the range as x less than 350, which is the upper bound, greater than or equal to 250. Remember not to include the equal sign in this inequality here, because 350 is never included in the values of x. We have another question here. Number is given as 2.4 rounded to 1 decimal place. Now to find the range of this, we have to find the upper bound and the lower bound. Now since the rounding unit is 1, for us to get the half the rounding unit, we get 1 over 2, simply dividing by 2 or multiplying by half, which is 0.5. Now upper bound is equals to 2.4 plus 0.5, which is equals to 2.9, right? Now and the lower bound is equals to 2.4 minus 0.5, which is equals to 1.9. Now to get the range is equals to x is less than 2.9 but greater than or equal to 1.9. That is the correct range in that question there. We have another question here. A length is 80 centimeters correct to nearest centimeter. Find the range. If the length is given as 80 nearest to centimeter, centimeter is just 1 centimeter there. Now the rounding unit is 1. To get half, the rounding unit is 1 over 2, which is equal to 0.5. To find the range, we have to find upper bound and lower bound. Now upper bound is 80 plus 0.5, which is 80.5, and lower bound will be 80 minus 0.5, which is 79.5. Now to get the range will be x is less than 80.5 but greater than or equal to 79.5. That is the correct answer. Now you can try finding this on your own. We are given length as 10 centimeters, width is 4 centimeters to the nearest centimeter. Estimate the maximum area. On this, for us to get the maximum area, remember to round the values of the length and width first before multiplying. As long as we know area is equals to length times width, and you know after you burn the rounding unit is 1. Now half 1 is equals to 0.5. Now length will be 10, that is length of the upper bound will be 10 plus 0.5, which is equals to 10.5, and width upper bound will be 4 plus 0.5, which is equals to 4.5. Since it is maximum area, we don't have to find the lower bounds. They don't matter in this question because you are not going to use them in any way. So we shall find the area as length times width, which will be 10.5 times 4.5. You can tell us your answer in the comment section. See ya, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye.